Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayanti Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, today we are starting new chapter, chapter 21st, the opulence and sweetness of Lord Shri Krishna. Next one. Agati ek gatim natva hinarthadika sadhakam Shri Chaitanyam likhami yasya madhurya yashwarya shikaram. Offering my obeisances unto Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let me describe a particle of his opulence and sweetness. He is most valuable for a fallen conditioned soul, bereft of spiritual knowledge, and he is the only shelter for those who do not know the real goal of life. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaurav Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Shri Chaitanya. Sarva Swarupera Dham Paravyoma Dhame Prithak Prithak Vaikuntha Sabha Nahika Ganane. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. All the transcendental forms of the Lord are situated in the spiritual sky. They preside over spiritual planets in that abode, but there is no counting those Vaikuntha planets. Shat Sahasra Ayut Laksha Koti Yojan Ek Ek Vaikuntera Vistara Varnam. The breadth of each Vaikuntha planet is described as 8 miles multiplied by 100, by 1,000, by 10,000, by 100,000, and by 10 million. In other words, each Vaikuntha planet is expanded beyond our ability to measure. Can't even imagine this thing. Sab Vaikuntha Vyapak Ananda Chinmaya Parishad Shadashwarya Purna Sabhaya. Each Vaikuntha planet is very large and each is made of spiritual bliss. The inhabitants are all associates of the Supreme Lord and they have full opulence like the Lord himself. This is how the Vaikuntha planets are all situated. Ananta Vaikuntha Eka Eka Desha Jara Sei Para Vyoma Dhamer Ke Karu Vistar. Since all the Vaikuntha planets are located in a certain corner of the spiritual sky, who can measure the spiritual sky? Ananta Vaikuntha Paravyoma Yar Dala Shreni Sarvopari Krishna Loka Karni Karagani. The shape of the spiritual sky is compared to a lotus flower. The topmost region of that flower is called the whole. Whole, and within that whole is Krishna's abode. The petals of the spiritual lotus flower consist of many Vaikuntha planets. Eimat Shadeshwarya Sthanavatara Brahma Shiva Antanapaya Jiva Konachara. Each Vaikuntha planet is full of spiritual bliss, complete opulence and space, and each is inhabited by incarnations. If Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot estimate the length and breadth of the spiritual sky and the Vaikuntha planets, how can ordinary living entities begin to imagine them? Ko veti bhuman bhagwan paratma yogeshwaro tira bhavata stri lokya ko va katham va kati va kadeti vistarayan kridasi yogamayam. O Supreme Great One, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, Master of all mystic power, your pastimes are taking place continuously in these worlds. But who can estimate where, how, and when you're employing your spiritual energy and performing your pastime? No one can understand the mystery of these activities. So your pastimes are taking place continuously in these worlds. How can anybody understand? This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Ei mata Krishnera divya shad gunananta Brahma Shiva Sanakadi Napayaranta. The spiritual qualities of Krishna are also unlimited. Great personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the four Kumaras cannot estimate the spiritual qualities of the Lord. Gunatmanaste api gunan vimatum hitavatirnasya ke ishareyasya kalena yarava vimita sukalpa bhupanshava khe nihika bhasa. In time, great scientists may be able to count all the atoms of the universe. Can anybody count all the atoms even in this room? No. But the scripture says, maybe in time, great scientists may be able to count all the atoms of the universe, all the stars and planets in the sky, and all the particles of snow. But who among them can count the unlimited transcendental qualities of this spiritual, supreme personality of Godhead? He descends on the surface of the globe for the benefit of all living entities. Bhagavatam, there can be, I mean, this is amazing shloka here. Brahmadi rahu sahasra vadane ananta nirantar gaya mukhe napai gune ananta. To say nothing of Lord Brahma, even Lord Ananta, who has thousands of heads, cannot reach the end of the Lord's transcendental qualities, even though he is continuously chanting their praises. Thousands of heads Lord Ananta has, and he cannot end, he cannot reach the end of the Lord's transcendental qualities, even though he is continuously chanting their praises. Na antam vidami aham ami Munayo agrajaste maya balasya purushasya kuto avarate ye gayan gunan dasha shatanan adi deva sheshu dhunapi samvyasti nasepa. If I, Lord Brahma, and your elder brothers, the great saints and sages, cannot understand the limits of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of various energies, who else can understand? Although constantly chanting about his transcendental qualities, the thousand-hooded Lord Shesha, has not yet reached the end of the Lord's activities. So what to speak of his glories, his qualities? There is no end. It's just easy to say Hari Ananta Hari Kathanam, although he said out of his realizations, but when we say, we don't really grasp the meaning of what is Ananta. How is Ananta? And if Ananta Shesh himself cannot reach the end of the Lord's activities or his glories or his qualities, where do we stand? Seho Rahu Sarvagya Shiromani Shri Krishna Nija Guner Antana Pai Hayan Satrishna. To say nothing of Anantadeva. Even Lord Krishna himself cannot find an end to his own transcendental qualities. Indeed, he himself is always eager to know them. Now that's something, it's very complicated, what to understand. Once some people, they approach Prabhupada. So they ask a question, and this is a question, it's generally asked in Christian tradition. So they said, you say Krishna is God, he's omniscient, he's omnipotent, everything is fine. So can he make something that he himself cannot lift it. So their question was like, if Prabhupada says no, he cannot make something that he cannot lift, then Krishna has limitations. And if Prabhupada said, yes, he can make something that he cannot lift, then he is not omnipotent. But Prabhupada being Prabhupada, he said, yes, Krishna can make something that he himself cannot lift, but next moment he will lift it. Because there is no limit to Krishna's potencies. They're always increasing. And so it says Krishna himself cannot find an end to his own transcendental qualities because they're always increasing. First they're unlimited and then they're increasing. How to understand all this? We can't. Diyopataye evatina yayur antam anantaya tvam yad antaranda nichaya nanu savarana. Ka iva rajanshi vanti vayasa sahayat shruteyas tvaihi phalanti atan nirasanena bhavana nidhana. My Lord, you are unlimited. Even the predominating deities of the higher planetary systems, including Lord Brahma, cannot find your limitations. Nor can you yourself ascertain the limit of your qualities. Like atoms in the sky, they are multi-universes with 7 coverings. And these are rotating in due course of time. All the experts in Vedic understanding are searching for you by eliminating the material elements. Eliminating the material means the Sankhya Yoga people. In this way, searching and searching, they come to the conclusion that everything is complete in you. Thus, you are the result of everything. This is the conclusion of all Vedic experts. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 87th chapter, which was spoken by the personified Vedas, is confirmed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Such a great soul is very rare. So Mahatma Sudurlabha. See, it's not easy to surrender into Krishna. First, we want to, scientists, philosophers, or jnanis, they're trying to find knowledge, the qualities of the supreme absolute truth, and this and that. Once they are frustrated, although it is a bahunam janmanam, the jnanvan mam prapadya, those who have knowledge, they surrender. But those who actually is in knowledge, he surrenders. Because he understands. On my own, I cannot understand this supreme absolute truth. Even after searching for the absolute truth throughout the universe, learned scholars and Vedic experts cannot reach the ultimate goal. In this way, they come to Krishna. So, the idea is, why not surrender to Krishna to begin with? Why bother? When there is a question about the absolute truth, there are always various pros and cons. The purpose of such arguments is to come to the right conclusion. Such an argument is generally known as neti neti, not this, not that. Until one comes to the right conclusion, the process of thinking, this is not the absolute truth, that is not the absolute truth, will continue. When we come to the right conclusion, we accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as the ultimate truth. So that is a verdict of all the scriptures. Seha rahu vrajayabe Krishna avatara tara charitra vicharite manna pae para. Apart from all argument, logic, and negative or positive processes, When Lord Krishna was present as the Supreme Personality of Godhead at Vrindavan, no one could find a limit to his potencies by studying his characteristics and activities. Prakrita Prakrit aprakrit srishti kaila ek kshane ashesha vaikuntha janda swaswanath sane. At Vrindavan, the Lord immediately created all material and spiritual planets in one moment. Indeed, all of them were created with their predominating deities. So, when did he create all this? He showed in his mouth the whole Brahmand to his mother 2 times. Ei mata anyatra nahi shuni adbhuta, yahare shravane chitta hai avadhuta. We do not hear of such wonderful things anywhere else. Simply by one's hearing of those incidents, one's consciousness is agitated and cleansed. And also, when Brahmaji stole the cows and the cowherd boys, Krishna created everything. And Brahmaji was bewildered. When Lord Krishna was present in the earthly Vrindavan, Lord Brahma, taking him to be an ordinary cowherd boy, wanted to test his potency. Therefore, Lord Brahma stole all the calves and cowherd boys from Krishna and hid them by his illusory energy. When Krishna saw that Brahma had stolen his calves and cowherd boys, he immediately created many material and spiritual planets in Lord Brahma's presence. Within a moment, cowherd boys, calves, and unlimited Vaikunthas, all expansions of the Lord's spiritual energy, were manifested. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Ananda Chinmaya Ras Pratibhavitabhi Eva Nij Rupataya Kalabhi. Not only did Krishna create all the paraphernalia of his spiritual energy, but he also created unlimited material universes with unlimited Brahmas. All these pastimes, which are described in Srimad Bhagavatam, will cleanse one's consciousness. But the problem is those who don't have faith, they say these are all mythical stories. It didn't happen. As if Ved Vyasji had nothing else to do but to write some novels. What nonsense. And then, I mean, not just these pastimes, from beginning, that's why Bhagavatam has to be studied from the beginning. Understand each and every aspect of his creation, different incarnations, then finally comes to Krishna incarnation. But again, those who don't have faith can't do anything. You can only pray for them or feed them prasadam. In this way, one can actually understand the absolute truth. The spiritual planets in the spiritual sky are called Vaikunthas, and each of them has a predominating deity, Narayan, with a specific name. Similarly, in the material sky, there are innumerable universes, and each is dominated by a specific deity, Brahma. Krishna simultaneously created all these Vaikuntha planets and universes within a moment after Brahma's return. The word avadhuta means rambling, agitating, moving, absorbed, defeated. In some readings of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Yahara Shravane Chittam Ala Hayadhuta. Instead of the word avadhuta, the words hayadhuta, meaning that the heart or consciousness is cleansed, are used. So, when the consciousness is cleansed, one can understand what and who Krishna is. This is confirmed by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva mo nirmukta bhajante mam dhrirvrtam. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Unless one is freed from the reactions of sinful activities, one cannot understand Krishna or engage in his transcendental loving service. So that is true, that is what Bhagavad Gita Krishna is saying. But devotees are more merciful than Krishna himself. A devotee can engage another person who could be, might be very, very sinful, but still engage in Krishna's service and help him in getting purified. And that's why these devotees, they are very, very dear to Krishna, because they understand the heart of Krishna. Actually, this is what Krishna wants. He wants to engage everybody in his service so that everybody gets rectified, purified, and become eligible to go back to the spiritual world. I mean, where is the time for everybody to be freed from the reactions of sinful activity? The devotees say, just come, serve, that's it. Just like Prabhupada. Prabhupada did so many revolutionary things in ISKCON. Mukund Maharaj, that time he was only Mukund Prabhu, in San Francisco, because he had some knowledge of carpentry. So Mother Malti, she was at one of the stores in San Francisco, and she got this small deity of Jagannath. So she brought that to Prabhupada. And she said, who's this? It looks very interesting. He looks very interesting, but who is this? Prabhupada saw Jagannath deity. He just bowed down. He paid obeisance. Small deity, maybe 2 inches high or something like that. Prabhupada said, there must be 2 other figures along with him. And actually, Mother Mahalati, she hadn't paid for Jagannath. She just stole it. She was in the store looking for something. She saw that and she liked it, and she just grabbed it, put him in his purse, and brought him to Prabhupada. So she said, well, yeah, let me go back, look for two of the figures. But Prabhupada knew if Jagannath is there, then Balram and Subhadra must be there. So she went back in the store, and again she stole Balram and Subhadra and brought them to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada paid obeisance. He said, oh, see, Lord of the universe has come. So then he asked, is there somebody who can make a bigger size deity? Then we can have Rath Yatra. Then Mukund Prabhu, he said, yes, I have some carpentry experience, so I can try. So he was making these deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. And although he was initiated, but he was still used to smoking. So he was working in a room, and Prabhupada would just do his own, and go for walk, give lectures, interviews, write books, whatever he was doing. So one day Prabhupada came to that room where Jagannath deities were being made. And Mukunda Prabhu was working. I don't know whether he was painting or he was still finishing, but he had the box of, or the pack of cigarettes on head of Lord Jagannath, on top of Jagannath. So Prabhupada came in, he saw the work going on, he saw that pack of cigarettes. He didn't say anything, didn't chastise Mukunda, what you're doing, you're putting cigarette on Lord Jagannath head. All he said while he was going out, he said, it's sorry to see you're letting such a small thing come in between you and God. And he left. If somebody does that in Jagannath Puri, what would happen? to him. But this left such an impression in Mukund Prabhu's heart that he just quit smoking. He just threw away that pack and quit smoking. So a devotee can engage even a sinful person in service of Krishna and give him a chance to get purified. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have a question regarding this Jagannath deities actually. So I told you Namesh is looking forward to have Jagannath deity at home. So there is one Mataji, वो मतलब अपना पुराना जगन्नाथ deities जो है उनका वो सेवा करती है. तो वो अभी वो रिप्लेस करके एक बड़ा जगन्नाथ deity लेके आ रही है अपने टेम्पल के लिए.
Okay.
मतलब अपने टेम्पल के लिए. तो उन्होंने ऐसे पूछा था कि अगर किसी को चाहिए ये छोटे डीटीज तो बताओ करके. तो प्रभु जी, कैन वी टेक दैट डीटीज?
Yeah, why not?
नहीं तो उन्होंने बोला कि अगर आप नहीं लोगे तो फिर वो वापस पूरी चला जाएगा, मतलब उनके नेटिव ऐसे वो भेज देंगे. तो फिर मैंने सोचा कि ले सकते हैं क्या.
हाँ ले लो, आना चाहते हैं जगन्नाथ जी तो क्या नहीं.
ओके प्रभु जी, ओके ठीक है प्रभु जी.
ठीक है.
ओके
Okay, Mata. Chalo, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai
Hare
Shri.
Krishna, Jai Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Jai Shri Ram.